Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi, how you doing? Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 7:31 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Friday the 17th of June.
And Alexa, what's the weather like? Alexa, the weather.
Right now in Rochester, it's 17 degrees Celsius with mostly sunny skies. Today's forecast has partly sunny weather, with a high of 31 degrees and a low of 17 degrees.
Right, I need cheering up, Alexa. Can you tell me a joke? Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
I'm a bit nervous about my maths exam. I think my chances of passing it are about 40-40.
Right, okay. Don't understand that. Probably because I've woken up in a daze. Alexa, what's the thought of the day?
Here's something I found on the web. According to thoughtco.com, in either case, the purpose of the day is to inspire appreciation for the Earth's environment and awareness of issues that threaten it.
Yeah, well, as long as people are on the planet, we will have issues with the environment, won't we? That's not going to change. People destroy things, people destruct, people don't listen, so there you go. Right, so I took that phone call from my mum last night and she sounded a bit, not angry, but she wasn't happy. So she said my phone was playing up, there was interference in the background and my phone's connected to her phone and all that again. When I don't use that phone, I don't get so much pain. So for the last few days where I wasn't actually answering that phone, it wasn't too bad. And then I've woken up this morning with raging gum pain right underneath that bad tooth. So I've woken up grotty and shitty myself, to be honest. I mean, I don't like getting up and feeling like that. So my mum offered for me to go up there today, but I really, honestly and truly don't feel like it, okay? I just don't feel like it. And when I'm in pain, I don't want to take my anger out on somebody else. So it's not fair. There's plenty of food in the fridge. I'm not starving. Somebody had a Morrison's delivery late last night. But I want to lose weight. Do you know, when I went up to Rochester, in the ladies' toilets, there was a weighing machine. Do you know I've crept up to 12 stone? I don't want any more takeaways. I don't want to keep eating crap food. I need to lose at least 7 pounds. I don't want to be 12 stone, thank you. No way do I want to be 12 stone. If I keep going up to my mum, all I do is sit down on the chair and eat. Because that's what grandmas and mums do, don't they? That's how they look after you. They bring plates full of food, cups of tea. If I get spare money into the co-op buying junk, I don't want to do it. And if I haven't got much money, I can't buy this shit, can I? So I think in a way that's a good thing. So this morning I've woken up feeling like shit. Somebody said I was being too quiet. Too quiet. I've stopped talking to these ridiculous people on Facebook dating. I mean, it's obviously a load of crap. I don't want to chat all day. I chat all day to my mother. So I went out on the balcony first thing this morning to get my shorts and my bits and pieces, and there were 3 foreign men, one in a maroon hoodie who belched to belch. It really was horrible. There is no need for that. I'm a woman. Do you know that does not impress a woman? Farting and belching outside doesn't impress me at all. Now it makes me realise why I like being by myself. And that's only made the issue, that's sealed the issue now, that has. When men behave like that, it's absolutely gross. That's what some men, not all men, there are men out there that are still decent, but that does not impress me. Oh, it draws attention to you, but not in the right way. When you belch outside, fart and make a fool of yourself, you're stared at for the wrong reason. It certainly doesn't impress anyone acting like a monkey out of a zoo. That does not impress me at all. I don't want that on my video, someone walking up the road letting out a large fart or a belch. Some people think that's clever when it's actually very stupid. Alexa, can you put LBC radio on, please?
LBC London from Global Player.
It's only individuals, but companies have supply chain problems, prices, input costs going up, staff shortages. That means that it can't service the debt, and so it's going into Chapter 11. So it's not actually ceasing to trade, but it's going into bankruptcy to try and source out its finances and keep trading. So the Revlon and Elizabeth Arden brands, for example, show that on even for a potentially very profitable business like cosmetics, things are pretty tough out there right now.
And lastly, what an appropriate day to talk about sun lotions or sun cream and an investigation by the Which Consumer Campaign Group. What have they found out, Russ?
They found out that supermarket-owned brands and some of the cheapest suntan lotions are just as good, if not more effective, at keeping the rays out than the sort of eco-friendly high-end brands. So it's actually said that Asda and Morrison-owned brands and brands like Avon are more effective at protecting you from the sun than Clinique. Clinique have come back on this and saying that their products meet their test and they reject the findings of the survey. But I'm sure shoppers will be delighted to know that there is a cheap option out there which will keep you safe when it's, what, 30-odd degrees today, I think?
I think it's 34. It might be a particularly hot down by the sun for you, Russ. Thank you. Whatever it is you use, be sure to slap it on thick today for today's raised anniversary. Russ Moll, AJ Bell Investment Director. Thank you.
LBC Business Update.
With Direct Line Landlord Insurance. Peace of mind with the rent guarantee add-on.
And now it's the moment that so many of you wait for each week.
Nick Ferrari's Checkout Checkup.
Yes, to my sons. And we gained another fan, by the way, lads. A trumpeter from Wales called Chris is a massive fan of our Checkout Challenge. So this began in January when a colleague went for a basket of 12 household goods, apples, baked beans and white bread among them from one of the big four. When we began it was a little under 13 quid. It went up an extra 16p. And this week it went to £14.20. This is inflation starting to run. Again, another bad week for chicken breasts. They've gone up another 10p. Milk as well. That was the checkout checkup.
Nick Ferrari's Checkout Checkup.
Should we go back to the Lord Guide there, 7:39, Sam in Harrow. Does anyone care, Sam? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. How are you, mate?
I'm all right.
I think I do care, and I think, and answering the other question, I don't think anyone's going to remember who he is, but I don't, but it's because of the name, and I don't think anyone cares about the name. I think people will remember, and I will remember for the fact that two of the executive qualifiers have resigned.
Who was the one who quit? Who was his predecessor?
So that's what I'm saying, but it doesn't mention the name of the previous one was
For the rest of you, it's Alex Allen, so you don't have to look it up, but that's my job. Go ahead, yeah, on you go. No one knows, no one cares about these jobs. No one cares about their titles. No one cares that they go. It means nothing, Sam.
Well, it does mean if you appoint someone to make sure that you carry out your job ethically.
He was trying to see if he could bend the rules to help British Steel. Explain why that's a crime.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We got to a point with this Prime Minister that I don't even believe that this letter is what it means.
So that's what Lord Guide has said. Hang on. Well, now if you don't believe the ethics advisor, we can't really have a conversation, my friend. to agree it was an argument over whether or not rules could be bent. Now, I quite like the idea that a British Prime Minister is seeing how much wriggle room there is to bend rules to help British steel. I like that. I don't want to break in the law, but I want to be able to
Well, that's the thing, if that's the case, if that's what's happening, because we've got to a point that whatever the Prime Minister is saying, I don't believe anything that comes out of his mouth.
Okay. Thank you for that. I'm grateful, Sam. I have to finish with other stories to go to, and much as that was very much the front page news yesterday, today's, as we've already told you as we went through those front pages, is the spectre of inflation. I picked just two at random. The Daily Telegraph, inflation hit 11%, says Bank of England. The Times, that's what prosaically paying ahead as we brace for 11% inflation. This was addressed by Levelling Up Secretary Michael Gove, talking about the economy at the Times CEO summit yesterday.
There are inevitably tough times ahead for the UK and for the global economy, and everyone recognises that.
Let's get a business view on this. Sir Martin Sorrell, who founded the world's largest advertising and PR group, and that sounds good.
Right guys, so pretty much the same as every other day. I do need to get my prescription from Boots. But basically I just sit round my mum's for 6 hours, and you know, I can do that in my flat. I love my mum, but it's just wasting valuable time. I want to see my adopted son. I haven't seen my adopted son in over 10 years. I'm not allowed to do so when I should be able to do so. You know, there's things I'm trying to investigate. I'm really trying to get my deed poll back so that I can get a passport and a driving licence. And being caged up indoors is not getting me anywhere, right? Life is short. My dad just dropped dead of a sudden death. Now I want to see my adopted son, right? Even if it's just once. What is the big hoo-ha about being segregated from some of my children, right? I want my deed poll back. If NatWest has lost it, then they can pay for what they've lost. They took it and didn't return it. I mean, I want my deed poll back, please. If not, I'm going to have to change my name again to what it originally was. Janestra Trower. Not Jennifer Trower. Janestra Trower, right? I'm not going to stop until I've got a passport and I've got a provisional driving licence. I'm not going to stop. Just because my mother, Jennifer, doesn't drive and she doesn't do this and she doesn't do that, doesn't mean I have to follow suit. You know, I'm not spending the rest of my life stuck indoors watching telly. You're very much mistaken. I hope everybody has a lovely day, because most of the time I'm caged up indoors doing bugger all. Right, just because someone says to you, I don't do this, I don't do that, doesn't mean you copy them. I've got a different personality to my mother. It's all been held in since I was a kid because my dad was controlling me, right? I'm not like that. I want to learn to drive. I want to go to another country. I don't want to spend my life like some people do, and they're quite happy with that, and that's up to them, but I'm not. I don't want to sit day after day after day doing the same humdrum thing and then die like my poor father did, right? He accomplished absolutely fuck all. He worked for Brompton Barrackshire as a stock clerk. day long, not go